This is a story about love, misunderstandings, and personal growth. It's about how first impressions can be deceiving and how true understanding requires time and effort. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen is a brilliant exploration of social norms, individual character, and the transformative power of love. At its core, Pride and Prejudice is a novel about overcoming prejudice and pride through the complex relationship between Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy.
I hear such different accounts of you as puzzle me exceedingly.
Austen examines the societal pressures of the time and the internal obstacles that prevent people from truly understanding one another. The novel is not just about romance, but also about self-awareness, humility, and personal growth. The story unfolds in rural England, where Elizabeth Bennet, a sharp-witted and independent young woman, meets the wealthy but seemingly arrogant Mr. Darcy. Their relationship, filled with misunderstandings and personal growth, leads to a love story that challenges preconceived notions of both character and class. What is the most important lesson Pride and Prejudice teaches us about relationships? Let us know in the comments. The characters and their roles. The heart of Pride and Prejudice lies in its vibrant characters. Each one represents different aspects of society and personal development, making them integral to the novel's themes of self-awareness and growth. Elizabeth Bennet, the independent thinker. Elizabeth Bennet is the novel's heroine and one of Austen's most beloved characters. She is witty, intelligent, and fiercely independent, and she challenges the norms of her time by refusing to marry for anything less than true love. Elizabeth's first impression of Mr. Darcy is not a favorable one. She sees him as proud, aloof, and dismissive of her family. This prejudice, formed by Darcy's initial behavior and his comments about her social standing, colors her judgment throughout much of the novel. However, as the story progresses, Elizabeth learns to question her assumptions and grows as a person.
I could easily forgive his pride if he had not mortified mine.
I'd more easily forgive his vanity had he not wounded mine.
Elizabeth says, illustrating the tension between pride and prejudice in their relationship. Elizabeth represents the idea of personal growth and the importance of self-reflection. Her ability to challenge her own judgments and adjust her perspective is central to the novel's message about the dangers of pride and the importance of humility. Mr. Darcy, the proud gentleman. Mr. Darcy, the wealthy and reserved gentleman, is initially seen as proud and haughty. His wealth and high social standing place him at odds with the Bennet family, who are considered socially inferior. At first, Darcy seems to embody the stereotypical aristocrat, aloof, self-assured, and dismissive of those outside his social class. However, as the novel unfolds, it becomes clear that Darcy's pride stems from his social awkwardness and internal insecurities, not from any true malice. "I am not ashamed of my love for you," Darcy later confesses to Elizabeth, showing the transformation in his character from pride to vulnerability. Darcy's growth in the novel is a key component of his eventual relationship with Elizabeth. His journey reflects the importance of overcoming one's pride and being open to self-examination and change. The importance of family, the Bennets, and the social structure. The Bennet family, with its varying levels of intelligence, propriety, and self-awareness, provides much of the novel's humor and social commentary. Elizabeth's relationship with her parents and siblings highlights the social dynamics and pressures of 19th century England. Mrs. Bennet, Elizabeth's mother, is obsessed with marrying off her daughters to secure their futures, often at the expense of love or compatibility. Her obsession with social status and financial stability contrasts sharply with Elizabeth's more principled approach to marriage. Mr. Bennet, although a loving father, is often disengaged and indifferent to the struggles of his daughters. His lack of intervention in his daughters' lives, particularly in regards to their marriages, highlights the limitations of his character. The differences in parental attitudes also emphasize the role of upbringing in shaping the characters' personalities and actions. The role of marriage in Pride and Prejudice. Marriage is a central theme in Pride and Prejudice, and throughout the novel, we see different approaches to marriage and love. For Elizabeth and Darcy, marriage is a journey that challenges their assumptions and requires them to overcome their flaws and misunderstandings. Other characters in the novel, such as Charlotte Lucas and Mr. Collins, present alternative views of marriage. Charlotte accepts Mr. Collins's proposal for practical reasons, seeking security rather than romantic love. This pragmatic approach to marriage contrasts sharply with Elizabeth's belief in marrying for love and mutual respect. Austen critiques the idea of marrying purely for convenience or financial security, highlighting the importance of personal connection, mutual respect, and understanding in a successful marriage. Elizabeth's ultimate decision to marry Darcy is based on these principles of love, growth, and respect. Pride and Prejudice, the main conflict. The title Pride and Prejudice refers to the two main barriers that Elizabeth and Darcy must overcome in order to be together. Elizabeth's prejudice is based on her initial impressions of Darcy's pride and arrogance. Darcy's pride stems from his social status and his initial belief that Elizabeth's family is beneath him. Both characters experience a shift in perspective as they come to terms with their own flaws and misjudgments. Elizabeth's realization that she has misjudged Darcy is pivotal to the story. She learns to see him as more than just a wealthy man who looks down on her family. For Darcy, overcoming his pride involves recognizing the importance of love and humility. His willingness to admit his faults and to express vulnerability is a key turning point in his character development. Ultimately, the resolution of the conflict between pride and prejudice results in a deep, lasting love between Elizabeth and Darcy, grounded in mutual respect and understanding. The role of social class and status. Throughout the novel, social class plays a significant role in shaping characters' lives and interactions. Elizabeth and Darcy's initial struggles are, in part, rooted in their differences in social status. Darcy, with his wealth and high status, initially sees Elizabeth as unsuitable for marriage. His pride in his social standing leads him to underestimate Elizabeth, both as a person and as a potential partner. Elizabeth, on the other hand, is aware of the societal limitations placed on her because of her family's social position. Her refusal to marry for anything less than love challenges the societal expectations of women at the time. The novel critiques the rigid class system of 19th century England, showing that true love transcends social status. Elizabeth and Darcy's eventual union represents the triumph of personal integrity and love over the constraints of class and wealth. Personal growth and self-reflection. One of the most powerful messages of Pride and Prejudice is the idea of personal growth. Both Elizabeth and Darcy undergo significant character development throughout the novel, learning valuable lessons about humility, self-awareness, and the importance of challenging one's assumptions. Elizabeth's journey is about learning not to judge others based on first impressions and realizing that her own prejudices have clouded her judgment.
I was wrong to judge him so harshly.
Elizabeth admits, recognizing her own flaws in the process. Darcy's growth is about overcoming his pride and seeing the value in people beyond their social class or wealth. His transformation into a more humble and self-aware man makes him worthy of Elizabeth's love and respect. Love and marriage. In the end, Pride and Prejudice is a story about love that challenges societal norms and personal biases. Elizabeth and Darcy's union is based on mutual respect, personal growth, and a deep understanding of each other's strengths and flaws. Their marriage represents the triumph of love that is grounded in equality, respect, and shared values. The novel ends with the promise of happiness, but Austen makes it clear that love and marriage require continual work, growth, and understanding. Through Elizabeth and Darcy, Austen shows us that true love is not just about passion. It's about respect, understanding, and the willingness to change and grow together. Timeless lessons. Pride and Prejudice remains one of the most beloved and enduring novels because it offers timeless lessons about love, personal growth, and the importance of looking beyond first impressions. Austen's critique of social class, marriage, and personal pride speaks to universal themes that continue to resonate with readers today. Through the characters of Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy, we learn that true love requires humility, self-awareness, and a willingness to challenge our own prejudices. Austen reminds us that in both love and life, it's not about finding perfection. It's about growth, understanding, and learning from our mistakes. What lesson from Pride and Prejudice do you think is the most important for today's world? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more insightful book discussions.